Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. And well, I'm doing a vlog, and I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Brad, what's going on? Are you not gonna upload a video tomorrow? No, I am gonna upload a video tomorrow. That's the crazy part. So a long time ago, I did say I was gonna kind of put like a vlog out like every day or as a complimentary video. You know how that worked out. I know you can't trust Brad on anything. What's going on? It looks like I'm in a shower or something. It looks like there's like a fog effect going on my phone. I don't know if it's on this side or it's gonna show up in the video. It looks kind of weird. Anyways, glasses off. I just woke up. I like doing these videos when I just wake up because then whatever's on my mind I can talk about and just get off my back, which is kind of hurting right now. I do have back pain sometimes every once in a while. I don't know what's going on. The reason why, if you follow the channel, if you watch any of the channel, and you caught some things I talked about in my vlogs, I used to work for Amazon, and one of the reasons why I don't work there anymore is because I hurt my back at Amazon. And then they're like putting me through the ringer, like saying that I'm not doing my job, and it's like, well, no crap, I hurt my back, and in the state of Tennessee, there's like no fault policy or something like that for work. So you can't get like workers' comp or anything like that there. I mean, you can, but I think you have to pay for it. So really, it's not workers' comp then. So it's really, really weird. So my back is really like sometimes, and it's really funny because my dad had the same thing happen to him, sort of, but he just has back problems like all the time. But I don't think mine's as bad as his. But my back does every once in a while. I get pain, and that's why, you know, I take a lot of ibuprofen and stuff. So I watch my intake though, because I don't want to paranoid Brad again at the door. Okay. But anyways, yeah, just my back's kind of hurting today. That's one reason why I wanted to shoot the video and just kind of tell you that little short story. And the other thing is that I think I'm doing pretty good. I've been trying to stay steady. There was a 1 day skip I think this week, or last week, one of these days in the last couple weeks. I skipped a day. But other than that, I have content. I recorded. I was going to record this morning, but that didn't quite work out. I was just super tired last night. I did watch a movie, so I'll be doing that. I might actually. No, I probably won't. I might drive tonight, so I might do that video on the phone and record it like that. Which I don't think it's that bad. I don't think the quality on the phone is actually pretty good. So, um, my hand is like shaking, like no other. Where's the camera at? No, that's weird. Anyways, but I might do that the movie I watched because I watched The Founder, and yeah, I'll be doing a review on that shortly. It was pretty decent though. It was pretty decent. But yeah, watch that. It was on Netflix. I was searching. I'm like, what's on Netflix lately? I wasn't really planning on watching anything. I was just seeing what was on there, and that was on there, and I was like, oh, because I've been wanting to see it. Like I was really excited to see it. I wanted to see it. Um, but I'll get my thoughts on that separate video. I want to give total dedication to my movies when I talk about them. I don't want to just say, oh, it's pretty good. Go check it out. You know. I'm not that kind of reviewer. Most of the time, I'm not that reviewer. Um, but yeah, I just got up. I'm getting ready for work. Really tired. I know today's gonna be bad. I know. I found out what kind of things are going on at the work today. So from last night, they kind of let things slip that back there, and kind of not looking forward to the day. So probably going to be a bad day, and I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen today. But yeah, I'm kind of everything with. I haven't really did a proper vlog. I don't think in a while. My son's birthday went off without a hitch. He actually got his Xbox early. I talked about that I think previously in the vlog. He got his Xbox early. I think the week before because he didn't want to come home early from his the day before school is when he was going to come home, and we wanted to come home um, I think, a couple days, so he can just get used to getting in the swing of things. It hasn't been working anyway, though. He hasn't been going to bed early. But that's what the whole thing was. We were trying to get him to come home early. He didn't want to. And I said, well, then you don't want our gift that we're going to give you early. And it was the Xbox that we had saved up, and we were going to go ahead and go get it and give it to him when he came back. So we did that. He enjoyed it. He liked it. Cool little video that he did. He was in that my wife shot. So, anyways, I may do something with that video, but I think it's on her phone. But I probably could get it off Facebook and do something with it here on the channel and kind of make a light of it. But anyway, probably not. It probably won't happen. I'm too lazy to do that. You know that. I don't edit. Remember, I don't edit. Anyways, but yeah, that, and then he had also like a bunch of gift cards at GameStop, and then we went and got some games. He ended up getting Overwatch, and he ended up getting Lego World. And in the week prior, or a few days earlier, he had gotten Snoopy game on Xbox, which I'm gonna tell you right now, don't buy that. That's not very good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's stupid. And some guy at work, when I went to buy it, he was like, shouldn't buy that. But it was cheap. So, I mean, it was cheaper for an Xbox game. I think it was like $12. And, yeah, but still, it wasn't worth $12. It was maybe a $5 game. It shouldn't have been that much. But, you know, the Xbox One games, they're like so expensive. Like, at $12 was actually a cheap game. And that's sad. Anyway, Paranoid Brad had the can. I'm going to check the door again. Because I'm kind of not done. I kind of want to talk a little bit longer. Okay. So, yeah, I need to edit my stuff on the phone because I keep putting this stuff up, but then I don't really love my phone. So I got probably a bunch of videos on my phone, which is probably taking up a lot of memory. So after I upload this video today, I got to work on that. But yeah, just kind of stressing lately. I really want to do music. And this is kind of like my throw all end all into this channel because I kind of on the music channel I'll put my music, and I'm also starting to do kind of some vlog stuff over there, but kind of to tell stories and tips to people that are getting into like singing or wanting to be in a band, and maybe, you know, write like lyric writing tips and things like that. I want to do stuff like that over there, so it's kind of cool. So at least I'm doing something and I'm not doing nothing. So I do have a couple of videos that I have that I'm going to be putting up on that channel, and it's probably going to be like a one video a week kind of thing. I'm going to try and do something like that. If not, then it'll be like maybe like one video like every month or something that I'd put over there. But at least it'll get some activity going on over there, so that maybe it'll help get my music out there as well. Whatever. But the only one I'm not uploading yet to is the gaming one. But I am switching also my wrestling stuff over to Breakdown. I've mentioned this 1,000 times, but I keep mentioning it, thinking that maybe, you know, somebody will understand and they'll move over to that one. But I got a lot of content over there, and people seem to like the content over there because I get a lot of views over there and things like that. Because I stick mainly to wrestling, and I talk in their longer videos and things like that. So yeah, if you like wrestling, go over there, check it out. That's the cool stuff you can check out over there. And I do a lot of specific topics that I talk about days in, days out. You know, I mean, I could talk about wrestling. I could turn on a video and talk about wrestling for 5 hours and give you entertaining content, because I think that I would continue to talk, and you'd be like, why does this dude love wrestling so much? And I think the thing about wrestling is that people don't understand is why we like professional wrestling. I think this may be something that people don't understand is, you know, people always say, you know, oh, it's fake. Oh, it's, you know, two guys wrestling in a ring. You know, people have got to be gay if they watch wrestling or something like that. And they always say that, and you'll hear a lot of comments about that. But the one thing that they don't understand, and one thing that wrestling fans will always say, and I don't know if the new wrestling fans say it, because they probably say, well, actually, they're not the same kind of wrestling you see today. I hear that now. Wrestling has changed. It's not the same traditional wrestling you used to see, you know, in the early 90s and things like that. It's changed a lot. And that's truth. Also, the thing that people used to say was, no, it's a male soap opera. And that's what they always used to say. But now it's kind of changing to where now it's kind of harder to say that. It still is, and I think the WWE is not going to get off of that for a long time. WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it. For you older fans that don't really watch wrestling, you might know it as WWF. They're an attitude era. But lately, they're getting a lot more wrestling oriented. And if anybody follows wrestling, there are different promotions out there. And I talked about this, but they're changing the product, and it's a lot of really, really great matches. Actually, New Japan, which is a promotion that is, I don't know who it's run by, but it's in New Japan, or it's in Japan, and it's a huge promotion that a lot of Americans are going to. The wrestling, and now they're on Access. You can watch it on Access TV, or you can actually buy the streaming, the streaming. Oh my God, the app. I guess it's an app. I don't know if it's an app. I think it's just on the internet, and it's actually, I think it's New Japan World is what the app's called. I think I could be, or New Japan On Demand. I have no idea, something like that. But you can buy stuff like that. But I heard it's very, very confusing because it's in Japanese. I don't think it's in American or English. So I don't know. I could be wrong. They may have changed it by then. But I know I watched Steven Larson on YouTube, and they always talk about it. And they said that was one of the confusing things. So maybe they've changed it since then. I think you could turn it to English or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, that's a very popular promotion, and they really kind of bring this wrestling style, whatever. And it kind of started with Kenny Omega and Okada, which is two huge. Kenny Omega is a Canadian who's a big wrestler now, and Okada is a Japanese athlete, kind of reminiscent to The Rock in Japan. And they put on this amazing match that got the whole world talking, and that's what happened. And from there, I think the WWE took notice, and they watched. I guarantee you, someone on the team at WWE checked out the product. Nakamura, I believe, was on that show that they wrestled at, or something like that, or they were. I'm trying to think. What was that? I'm trying to think of what happened. I think. I don't know if they wrestled maybe on a one-off or something. It wasn't that match. Something else got WWE probably to launch the product. And it may have been AJ Styles, because AJ Styles, I think, took on Okada as well. And I think maybe Okada beat it. I don't remember exactly what happened. But I know AJ Styles got kind of looked at because of what happened in Japan. And Nakamura was shortly after. And I don't know if AJ had something to do with Nakamura coming over. But these are things that happen in wrestling. And they are very, very stiff in Japan. And it's very hard to tell that it's, fake in Japan. There are some things in Japanese wrestling that, you know it's fake. But this is why people like professional wrestling, is because sometimes you want to be thrown into a reality that you know is not real. Sometimes that is the real thing, whatever. But in pro wrestling nowadays, you want it to look more real than ever. So a lot of times in New Japan, there are people that are stiff, and they do these moves that are very, very dangerous, and it gets people to go, ooh, wow. But here's the other thing. WWE always has this thing, don't try this at home. Exactly. And the reason why they do this, but now it's kind of like, why do they do it? Because now, there's basic wrestling moves that you can get injured on, and you can get killed. A powerbomb. Actually, there was a wrestler called the Great Khali who. This is what I didn't know. I heard a long time ago the Great Khali killed somebody at some point in his wrestling career, and it had to have been when he was training or something like that. Well, I guess when he was wrestling with somebody, and he did a powerbomb, and I guess he got killed in the process. And I don't know if this story has been corroborated to be true or whatever, but I keep hearing more and more things that bring out details around that. And Great Khali's no longer wrestling anymore. Well, at least in WWE. He showed up like a month ago, or a couple months ago. So, but, yeah, he doesn't wrestle anymore. But he actually killed a guy doing a powerbomb, which is kind of crazy. So you have to be able to know what you're doing. So I didn't want to turn this into a wrestling vlog. I wouldn't talk about that. I'm just talking about passion for wrestling. So that's why I went to Breakdown. I went back to Breakdown because I'm not doing enough, and I don't want to cover this entire channel with wrestling because that'd be ridiculous. But I kind of wanted to give you a brief thing about the wrestling thing, and kind of let people know That's why people watch wrestling, because it's very, very popular, and it's getting to the point to where you're going to be able to hear things like, have you seen AJ Styles? Things are going to happen, and I told people like a couple years ago, like, because that's when you started seeing people like, and I'm going to mention these names, and probably like 5 years from now, you're going to probably know that they're a household name, or they have made a statement in wrestling, and you may know their name because of how big they've gotten and wrestling has gotten, because of the boom period that's coming. Because Finn Balor showed up in NXT, AJ Styles showed up, I think a year and a half ago at the Rumble. Kevin Owens showed up. But before then, I think it was, Kevin Owens was there. Joe was there. When Joe showed up in NXT, that's when all hell broke loose, because that's when people started to realize, and when they started doing things with Joe and he became the NXT World Champion, which NXT is like their developmental thing, and they bring people in that they think aren't ready for WWE, which they proved wrong, because Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, they shouldn't have went through NXT. But knowing what we've seen in NXT, I wouldn't change it for a world, because they had some great matches. Samoa Joe and Nakamura had some great matches. Nakamura even went through NXT, which, that's hilarious, because he's huge in Japan. And there was no need for him to go through NXT. They wasted all those years, him going through NXT. But in that thing, they get to kind of learn how to do the WWE style. So there you go. People that have worked in independence in Japan, for years, they know their craft. They just got to learn how to do it the WWE style. See what time it is. All right. Gotta be rocking this up. This is a long vlog, man. I talk about stuff. But anyways, the boom period, I said in my videos a long time ago on Breakdown, on this channel, that the boom period is coming, because there is so much major talent, that there is going to be so many main eventers and so many guys that you're going to be interested in seeing, that there is going to be another boom period. And what I mean about boom period is that when Hulk Hogan was in the the late 80s, early 90s, that Hogan era was unbelievable, and everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was. And lately, as soon as the Attitude Era ended, people were still into wrestling. John Cena showed up. Everybody knows who John Cena is now. He's still wrestling. Randy Orton's still wrestling. They're still going today. But there's another boom period coming. All these wrestlers have flooded in, and there is more coming in NXT. People from TNA that never got a cut, which TNA is gone now. They've morphed into another company now, GFW. Anyways, a lot of wrestlers are coming in from there that are tired of dealing with bullcrap, because they're starting over. They're starting over as a new company, basically. And it's like, some of these wrestlers like, I ain't got time for this. I worked through TNA. I don't want to start another company. It's like, why would I want to do that? I've been with you through this company. And I think Jeff Jarrett, who runs the company, I think he should understand that, because he's wrestled before. He knows what the deal is. So a lot of those wrestlers are going through NXT and they're getting their WWE shot. Bobby Roode's getting a shot. He's huge. Eric Young, he has actually a faction called Sanity that's going to be coming up probably really, really soon. A lot of people are thinking it's a punchline to a storyline going on. It's kind of a comedy thing, but I think it's going to turn into something serious, and it's actually going to be the debut of Sanity, which Eric Young, there's a guy named, his name is Damo in WCPW, which is actually an internet United Kingdom or England promotion that blew up. But now, because of the YouTube fiasco with monetization, they really can't put on shows like they used to and upload, because they're not making any money, so they can't do it anymore. They kind of just do pay-per-views and that's it, and they do shows in their local area. But that's how he got his big name, Damo did. And then they brought him in, they changed his name to Killian Dane. The other guy, I don't know where he came from. His name's Alexander Wolf. He may be from over there too, but I don't know. I think he just fit in with their group, and he's really pretty talented too. I think in his unique way. I think he's kind of like the Kane quality. So, that he's not the greatest worker probably, but he's super entertaining in the ring. So he's got a lot of charisma. And then they got a chick called Nikki Cross with her. So I'm excited to see all four of these guys, Sanity, come up. And that's huge right there. That's a whole faction coming up that's going to turn the WWE upside down. The other thing is, we've got Drew McIntyre. We have, I said Bobby Roode. There is Roderick Strong. So some of these guys are from Ring of Honor. And then we got some guys that are just coming in from Ring of Honor, which in 5 years or so, they're going to be up on the main roster. So there is going to be such a big change in the WWE when all these guys get up there. Because one, half the probably guys that they have right now that they're not really NXT guys and don't really want to work that style of kind of more fast-paced action. And, I mean, there's still a story going on, but it's more told in the ring than in, like, oh, you touched my girlfriend, don't push her. Yeah, that's gonna kind of go away, and I'm kind of miss that. So I think when they can, they need to do that. And I think WWE will never get away from that. They're never gonna get away from that. But I think they're gonna do it in small doses, and Triple H will kind of start to work in because NXT does a really, really good job. But on a larger scale, I think Triple H and Stephanie understand because they're probably going to be the ones to take over. Shane's a little bit older, and I'm sure he'll continue to help because I don't know, like the way I've heard that Shane McMahon left for a long time. He left for like 12 years, and I think it's because they said Creative wasn't using any of his ideas, and they didn't want to do anything with them. So that's what things have came out lately about that. So now he's back. So hopefully he stays. But if he doesn't, Triple H and Stephanie, and Shane's got great ideas too. He understands what Vince McMahon wanted about the WWE. So I think that maybe if he's around, maybe they'll still kind of incorporate that into the product. But I think he understands how big AJ Styles and Owens and Samoa Joe and Nakamura, these are tremendous athletes that are way beyond John Cena and Hulk Hogan era kind of thing. Like, they will blow your mind. Like, if you sit down and watch a match with these guys in it, they will blow your mind. Anyways, that's it. Sorry it turned into a wrestling vlog at the end, but awesome. Working hard, busting ass like I normally do. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I will see you guys later. Videos will be coming out today. I hope you enjoyed the album reviews I'm starting to do now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep rocking, and keep on watching vlogs. Hopefully mine. I know, they suck sometimes, but okay, bye.